Happy birthday, Coach Miracle. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Riverview Health Stadium. My name is Evan Cummings. I'm with my partner, Aiden McNally, and 6A square off in a heated battle.
Two heated rivals going at it yet again. It does not get any better than the Eagles and the Shamrocks going at it under the lights on a Friday night. Both teams are trying to be undefeated in conference play. Zionsville is led by senior QB Christian Abney, who is also QB1 for the Eagles last year as a junior. The Rocks are obviously led by Cole Ballard. Ballard in the last meeting had 206 passing yards along with 72 rushing yards and a pair of rushing touchdowns. Last week in their 42-6 win over Lebanon, Christian Abney had 87 passing yards on the night, going 6 for 15 on 40% completion percentage, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Another weapon to keep tabs on is Zionsville running back Hanson Henshaw. Last week he had 72 yards on only 11 rushes, making his yards per carry average a scary 6.5. Not to mention he also broke the plane once last week, giving him two DTs on the season up to this point. Nothing but energy is filling the air here at Riverview Health Stadium.
And on the home side, it's the Westfield Shamrocks coming off a 42-27 win over Lawrence Central. The Rocks look scary to carry momentum in a conference play with a win today. Quarterback Cole Ballard said earlier this week that he felt confident going into this game and he said to expect a good competitive game. Some top performers of last week's game included Max Nosler, who had a 103-yard night and 2-touchdown night, and the aforementioned Cole Ballard, who had 203 yards and on 12 completions, 3 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns.
So Westfield and Zionsville in this one. What do you think about this game, and who are you think are going to be the key factors for each team?
Nothing like a conference game on a Friday night to start your season in your third game. Zionsville looking scary after their first 2 weeks. They're 2-0, but Westfield coming off a huge win of their own. Something to gain confidence into this game. We see a bunch of players injured, or a couple, I should say. Dylan Thieneman and Patrick Schramm are still out. I believe Casey Grable is not starting as well, but should be a really good game.
Absolutely. As Tyler Dykes, Charlie Digger, Cole Ballard, and Mike Clifford trot away from the coin toss as we await to see who wins. And it looks like Zionsville won the toss, and they choose to kick off to Terry Williams and Kendall Garnett of the Shamrocks.
We apologize for the inconvenience on the video side. This might be a audio broadcast only. We're having troubles here with the huddle cam on our side, but the focus is on the field.
79 degrees and cloudy here at kickoff with a fair bit of wind. Westfield's first conference game starts now.
Line drive kick into the end zone as that'll be Terry Williams will get a touchback. So now comes on Cole Ballard. He's very dangerous. Last week he went 12 for 21, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which granted they were mostly not his fault, a 90.6 passer rating, and he also had 4 carries for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. This guy is scary.
Absolutely, and last week that really shows what all he can do on the football field. He knows when to take it down and rush. He scans the field incredibly well, and I can't wait to see what he's capable of doing tonight against this Eagles defense.
Cole Ballard back in the shotgun for the first snap of the game. Only 2 receivers, so this might be a run play, as we do see it is a run play. Williams on the outside gets into the Zionsville defender, and that'll be a fair bit of yardage. Apologize, that was Kendall Garnett.
Good run there on the play, picking up a good gain of 6 there. Tackle there by George Kwandi of the Eagles, who had 7 solo tackles last week in their win against Lebanon.
2nd down and 4. Ballard takes a snap, fakes it, looking open, down the field, and that'll be a pass interference.
Flag is down on the play, and that was an easy pass interference call. I mean, you can't miss that. Gabe Aaron-Bolus clearly had the defensive back beat, but the DB couldn't accept but to hold there, and that'll result in a flag there, and I think 15 yards.
Gabe was running a deep post route, and he had him beat, but the Zionsville defender, it looks like number 15, Wyatt Seiler, was in coverage. It was either 15 or 16. It looks like it was. So that'll move up the Rocks to about the 41-yard line, where Cole Ballard will try and continue the drive. After a couple free yards, Ballard's going to look to continue as he takes the snap, hands it off to Kendall Garnett. Garnett has a room on the outside. Garnett's going, getting chased, but he will have an amazing run to about the 35-yard line.
And that's one of Kendall Garnett's best traits as a running back. He's so small, but he's so shifty and nimble. And you saw on that play how quickly he was able to cut direction and get into that Zionsville secondary for a big gain. Hurry up here. Cole Ballard, fake handoff. He's going to take it himself to the left, cuts in, gets a block, but gets smothered by Eagles. And that'll result in about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Last week, Cole Ballard obviously had 72 rushing yards with a pair of TDs. He likes to add on to his rushing total tonight, as this Zionsville defense is very vulnerable to the run game, as we've already seen today.
It looked like on that play they were prepared, only got him 4 yards-ish. So the Zionsville defense looking prepared for Cole Ballard's run game.
Here's the snap, rolling out right. Immediate pressure, fires one out to Micah Webster, and he gets a first down for the Rocks and marches himself and the Rocks offense inside the red zone.
Good play there. You're running that triple. I think it's either double or triple tight end, where they're not the fastest players, but they're very, very physical.
Absolutely. As they hurry up into the red zone offense, they're going to hand the ball off here to Kendall Garnett again, who's already had a brilliant game, only less than 2 minutes in. But he stopped right at the line there, and I think that'll result in a 1 yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the Zionsville 15-yard line.
We're seeing a very diverse play call here from Jake Gilbert. Early on, getting your fair share of pass and run plays in early.
Cole Ballard looking right, and he will hand it off to the right. Kendall Garnett makes one miss, gets around the corner, and Kendall Garnett, the sophomore, is already in for 6 for the Rocks. An amazing performance so far from Kendall Garnett. He's been the main vocal point of this Rocks offense so far.
Just a great drive by the Rocks offense there. Even, you had your fair share of the pass and the run. You had a good timed penalty, which got you more field position than you could ever dream of, and capped off by a great Kendall Garnett touchdown there.
Here's Brody Bayham. He was 6 for 6 on PATs last week. Let's see if we can start off 1 for 1 tonight. Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake.
And did he get in?
And I'm not sure if he got in yet. They're going to rule him short. So the Rocks are going to stay with 6 here. An interesting call by Jake Gilbert that did not work out in Westfield's favor. And the Rocks aren't going to take a 7-0 lead.
They're going to take a 6-0 lead.
Interesting call, but you know what? I kind of like the call. Obviously, it didn't work out, but that was a great play call. It just unfortunate that it didn't work out too well. Adopting
some tricky plays into the playbook first. Had the holder, which I believe to be Jackson Gilbert, was in there. He ran, and it looks like he got over. Even the student section was already cheering. Everyone in the stands was cheering, but ref said no, he did not get over. So it'll be 6-0 Rocks to start this game.
What do you think about that first drive, Evan?
That first drive was really successful for the Rocks. You need something like that. Get your confidence up early, and Kendall Garnett and Cole Ballard certainly did that with a great pass to Micah Webster even there. You got to get going on all cylinders. You got to get the run game going. You got to get the pass game going. Cole had great blocking that entire first drive, so very good first drive and very effective.
Absolutely. Kendall Garnett was definitely a force to be reckoned with in that first drive. Obviously, he got the touchdown and put the Rocks up 6, only 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the game, as kicker Brody Bayham, the junior, is about to kick off to the Eagles to send Christian Abney and this Zionsville Eagles offense on the field for the first time.
The wind is mostly still for this kickoff, so we may or may not see a touchback here as the kick is up. It is high and deep, and it looks like it will not be a touchback. It'll be returned. Looks like Eugene Hilton's on the return, and he will try and take the outside, but ultimately get shoved out of bounds at the 20.
All right, so Christian Abney and the Zionsville Eagles offense will trot onto the field. Last game with their 42-6 win over Lebanon. A little shaky of a game, a little shake of a game for Christian Abney, only going 6 for 15 40% completion percentage on that night. 87 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and only a 54 QBR rating. But he also had one rush for 62 yards and a touchdown. So he can definitely take it down and run. So let's see what he has in store for us tonight as they're lined up in the shotgun. As they hand off left. That'll be Hanson Henshaw, but that he'll be swallowed up by the Rocks there, and that'll result in only a 2-yard gain.
Good stop by the defense there. You know, the line is certainly prepared. Watching film earlier this week, it looks like the Zionsville offensive line has a couple holes that are going to be filled most likely by William Goodvine or Tyler Dekos.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8 on their own 22. Eugene Hamilton and Wrigley Bumgardner lined up on the right. Hanson Henshaw lined up in the shotgun, or in the backfield, I'm sorry. Now he's in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Abney looking right. He's going to find Eugene Hilton, and this is going to be a good gain of around 5, and that'll set up a 3rd and short for the Eagles offense. Let's see if the Rocks defense can pull off another 3 and out on the first drive like they did last week against LC.
Eugene Hilton is a very strong, tough, physical wide receiver, so you're going to see him making big plays and diving for every single ounce of yard that he can this week.
3rd and 3 here for the Eagles as they line up. Eugene Hilton lined up on the right yet again as Hanson Henshaw is in the backfield and awaiting the snap.
Taking his time in the pocket.
3 wide receivers out to Abney's left here. And there's a flag down on the field. Really curious on who this is going to be on.
Looks like this
and
might
it's going to be on
delayed
Zionsville.
game. Yeah. You know, they've been struggling to get the plays off early at least. So this will move them back quite a bit. The Zionsville student section actually showed out this week. 5 minutes before game time, there was no one. So props to them on showing up in a timely manner.
Due to the penalty, this will drag the field positioning back 5 yards to make it 3rd and 8 on their own 22 here. Rocks looking to get a 3 and out on this play. Here's the snap, fake handoff. Abney looking left, finds Wrigley Bumgardner right over the middle to move the chains.
Man,
about a 9-10 yard gain.
That guy is athletic. He's a multi-sport athlete. He's a baseball player. He's a football player. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays basketball.
And last week, we can't forget, he had those 3 receptions for 36 yards. So he's definitely going to be a main target here for Christian Abney. As that will move the ball up to the 33-yard line.
Now we have camera feed. Props to producer Alan here.
Here's the handoff to Hanson Henshaw. That'll get about 2 yards there. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We now have the camera up and running, so you guys will actually get to see the field. And, yeah. It is currently 2nd and 8. The Eagles look to the sideline, to their head coach looking for the call.
No, I nearly said Noblesville. I nearly said Noblesville because Zionsville is so slow and meticulous about their drives, and they want to waste as much time as possible. They don't want anyone to have time to score.
Absolutely. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Here's the snap on 2nd and 8. Fake handoff. Abney looking left. Oh, tipped and almost intercepted. The tip coming from Charlie Dager. And the drop by Reese Wire, the senior cornerback. Charlie Dager, what a play there.
He nearly got that pick. Wow. I'm just kind of sitting here in shock.
That just that awareness, the reaction time and the play recognition there really fueled such a great play, as it is now 3rd and 8 now on their own 35. And just to clarify, on the bottom of your screen on the scoreboard, if you see the yellow bar above that team, that means that team has possession of the ball, just to clarify. As Abney rolls out right under pressure, finds Eugene Hilton, makes a few miss, makes one more miss, stiff arm, and he is going to move the chains yet again for the Eagles. What a play there by Eugene Hilton after the run.
Big third down play there for Eugene Hilton. He's a big play guy. He's a big time guy. You can count on him in clutch situations. So props to Eugene Hilton there.
That is their second first down of the game. Three wide receivers out to the left. Number 87, Mason Reagans, the tight end, is going to motion. Fake handoff to Hanson Henshaw off the fingers of Eugene Hilton, and it looks like it's going to go the other way, but they call it incomplete.
They're calling that was another tipped pass called incomplete.
A
rock was there each time.
The corner, Jake Good, one of the top corners in the state, on there to make the play. And from up here in the press box, I know we're probably a good 200 feet away, but that looked like an interception.
Props to this Rocks defense early. You know, they are making opportunities for themselves. So big props.
As they
we
line
now
up.
see Anthony Calhoun in attendance, AC.
Handoff to Hanson Henshaw. He's going to get around 2 or 3. Last week, Hanson Henshaw had 11 rushes for 72 yards, which made his yards per carry 6.5. That is just incredible. And to add on to that stat, a touchdown with all those yards.
This is a big third down here. I mean, you do not want to give up points early or opportunities early, so I feel like Zionsville has to get going here.
3rd down and 8. Their third down of this drive. Ball basically at midfield here. They're going to have to get to the Rocks 43-yard line to move the chains as Riverview Health Stadium is loud. Abney into pressure, and it's incomplete. Great pressure there by the Rocks D-line, and they get a very well-needed pass deflection, and they're going to get the ball back here.
Big defensive stop there for the Rocks. Great pressure up front. Just an all-around amazing play if you're a Westfield fan. Brock Stewart. Sorry.
No, you're good. Andrew Liskey back to return the kick. You know, last week the Rocks had a punt deflection. They went back for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do the same here. Rocks get a good amount of pressure yet again. This ball flies to the right of Andrew Liskey and eventually out of bounds inside the Rocks 10-yard line around the 7. What a punt there by Zionsville.
Cole Ballard and the Rocks will start this drive from about the 7-yard line. Ballard early found some success, and so did the guy to his backside, Kendall Garnett, as he'll take one up the middle, and he's breaking tackles, and he's free for a big gain.
Tonight is Kendall Garnett's night. I mean, he already has a good 4 rushes for, I would say, a good 50 yards maybe now, and a touchdown. This kid is running all over the Zionsville defense, and that'll be a key piece to have late into this game if they want to win this.
Last week, Kendall Garnett was not the guy. Last week, it was Terry Williams, but this week, it is Kendall Garnett's week. Cole Ballard in the backfield in the shotgun with Garnett behind him and 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He fakes a handoff to Garnett, has a man open. It looks like it's number 85, Michael Webster, and that'll get him about 8 or 9 yards.
Great read there by Cole Ballard. As I said in the pregame, scanning the field for Cole Ballard is one of his best traits as a QB. As we saw there, he saw that safety come down. They saw that they were playing man, and he just fires it straight into Micah's hands and gets a good gain of about 8.
Ballard trying to draw him off sides will not work. 2 wide receivers on the short side of the field to his left. Aaron Bolus on his right side, but the handoff will be to Kendall Garnett, and that'll get them a first down.
What a play there by Kendall Garnett. I mean, this kid's not big. He is only 5'6", I believe. He's only 5'6", 175. So he's not the biggest guy, and he's just bringing every Eagles defender with him across that first down marker and eventually moving the chains for the Shamrocks.
First down from about the 38-yard line of the Rocks. They are marching downfield. Three wide receivers, actually I say two wide receivers and a tight end to Ballard's left as Garnett struggles for a couple yards. It'll be around 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. And I've noticed earlier that Kendall Garnett has kind of stolen the show from Cole Ballard's raw natural talent.
And, you know, that's what you want to do early in the game. I mean, this game plan is working perfectly for Westfield because you kind of want to make Zionsville think that, oh, as he fumbles it, and this is going to go the other way. Zionsville should recover this, I believe. And, yes, this is Zionsville ball. Kendall Garnett fumbles the football, and that is recovered by the Eagles, and it'll go the other way.
Right,
but
as we're talking big about him,
the commentators cursed working its magic there. But as I was saying, Kendall Garnett, besides that fumble right there, he's been tremendous so far, almost flawless. And that is important if you want to establish the run game early so you have the passing game later on.
Trotting on the field is Christian Abney. He's been leading the Zionsville team for 2 years, and this year is no different. They led him to a 2-0 record so far, but now he's looking to make it 3-0. Abney down to pass, looking deep over the top, and that'll be a wide open number 19, Ryan Skura, but Christian Abney overthrew him. We saw this a lot in warm-ups. Abney was sailing it deep a little bit, underestimating, or overestimating, I should say, his own power. So,
and Ryan Skura is a wide receiver you have to look out for. I mean, last game he didn't have any receptions, but the game before, their first game in Pike, he had 4 receptions for 30 yards. So we're definitely going to see him get some targets tonight.
That was an easy touchdown if there was, if the pass connected, just because of the poor coverage by the Rocks.
As we hear the "We Want the Banner" chants coming from the student section.
Abney in the shotgun with what it looks like Hanson Hinshaw behind him. He's passing over to Eugene Hilton, and they're going to mark it a catch. So a quick gain of about 5 on that little out route to Eugene Hilton, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and Eugene Hilton is obviously going to be the wide receiver one on the Zionsville offense, and he's already leading Zionsville in receptions and yards and all-purpose yards, I believe, but he's been all over the place so far as 3rd and 5 is now in play on Westfield's 39. So not yet in field goal range for the Eagles.
Mason Riggins in motion on the bottom of your screen. Abney waiting in the shotgun. Probably going to try and call him offsides. There's a snap. Abney looking. Abney going deep over the top to, oh no!
Ryan Skura yet again, and 2 overthrown balls from Christian Abney. And last week with that 40% completion percentage, those are the type of throws he's going to miss.
Yeah. On the same side of the field, too, as we see Skura trying to find his way back to the huddle.
4th and 5. Obviously, they're going to go for this because I don't think any kicker in the state is in field goal range yet. Ball on the 39. That would be about a 55-yarder.
You're in the weird territory of it's in the range to go for it, but you can't punt, and you can't try a field goal either, as Abney will take the snap. Low snap. He's looking over the top, and it'll be caught.
It'll be Wrigley
by number
Bumgardner.
1, Wrigley Bumgardner.
Oh!
As the ball came out.
But they're saying he's marked down.
They're marking him down.
But what a hustle play by Andrew Liskey to keep fighting for the ball as he's getting a word from Coach Jake Gilbert. And that'll move the chains for the Eagles on a crucial 4th and 5.
Good job receiving there by Wrigley Bumgardner.
He's had a few receptions already and a few crucial receptions at that.
Last week he had 3 receptions for 36. Tonight he might be hovering around there. Abney takes the snap, hands it off to Case Anderson, as Anderson's going to fight for all the yards he can get. A pile of humanity, as I like to call it, there was formed, but got about 5 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down. Fun fact about Abney, Last week he had a 54 QBR. That can only go up, I assume.
Absolutely, and that can only go up here. But that won't be easy because Westfield's defense is good enough. Case Anderson, the rusher on that last
Miggins in
play.
motion. Abney gets a snap. He hands it off to Anderson. Anderson's fighting for all the yards he can get, and he'll get the first down.
That'll move the chains, and Case Anderson already having a better game than he had against Pike. He only had 3 rushes for -4 yards.
This week, though, Anderson has that power back role. He's listed as a tailback on the roster, but he is a power back role.
As they'll line up for 2nd and 5 here on the Westfield 27. I would assume you're kind of in field goal range, but we don't know how good this kicker is yet
At
for
this
Zionsville.
point, I'd say you're definitely in field goal range. They're on the 20. They're in the red zone, and now they're just looking to score a touchdown. Abney waiting for the snap. If I had to guess, this would be a run off to the left side as Goodvine in the backfield, and that'll be a false start on the Rocks.
No, it's going to come back. That was actually on the Eagles, apparently. I actually don't know how, but I guess the jump of the offensive lineman made Goodvine jump there.
Goodvine with that swim move into the backfield, though. He looked pretty clean.
And that'll bring it back 5 yards and make it 1st and 15 for the Eagles.
1:08 and counting left in the first quarter. This quarter's gone by really fast, and that's just because of the nature of Zionsville's offense. They move the ball downfield, and they move it efficiently.
With a good variety of rushing and passing.
Yeah. Abney, now 1st and 15, awaiting the snap. He gets it, looking over his side as he's going to get dragged down beyond the line of scrimmage.
I think that's Charlie Dager on the play there. Great tackle by Charlie Dager.
Actually, it looked like Sam Bola. Sam Bola got the quarterback pressure there.
Yeah,
just kind of
Sam
shoved
Bola.
him forward. But it worked, I guess, because he only got 1 yard. An unintentional rush is what I'd like to call that.
Absolutely. As the clock's down to 20 seconds now in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And this first quarter flew by fast. I feel like against LC, the first quarter lasted 10 years.
Abney awaiting the snap now, 2nd and 14. Fakes the handoff. High pass to number 19 as
Ryan Skura with another target there.
Skura's that big body wide receiver. He's really tall. He can go up and get it. The exact opposite as the typical Westfield defender as
that'll end the first quarter. Your Rock 6, the visiting Zionsville Eagles 0.
We would like to shout out our Shamrocks Sportscast featuring myself and Mefford, a Rocks boy. Every week on Thursday, you will hear an episode about the goings of Westfield Athletics. During the week, we cover all the scores, the upcoming events, and we usually have a fun topic along the way.
And also we do fun activities. We did a fall sports athlete draft segment, and go check it out. It's Shamrock Sportscast on Spotify as we're ready to get back underway here at Riverview Health Stadium.
Christian Barth, actually, never mind, the tackle back to kick, and that'll be not a touchback, and that'll be Terry Williams returning, and Williams has a lane, and Williams gets tripped up, and he's still going. He's still going. Oh, my goodness.
Way.
Terry Williams.
I believe I'm going to correct you on there. I think that is Kendall Garnett. That is so hard because Terry Williams is 6, Kendall Garnett is 8.
And these black uniforms don't do any numbers justice.
Yeah.
Any visual numbers.
But Kendall Garnett just adding on to an amazing night so far with that return. He gets to midfield for the Rocks, and they're having great field positioning here for Cole Ballard.
Wow, I mean, Kendall Garnett has easily over 100 yards of all-purpose yards on
easily.
Tonight. Oh, my goodness.
As now we see Terry Williams take the field for the first time. He's lined up for Cole Ballard. Here's the rush, and that'll go absolutely nowhere. He'll be swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, resulting in a 2nd and 10.
Good read option defense there by Zionsville. You know, Westfield runs the read option quite a lot, and it's very common in their offense. So if you can stop it, it'll be very good.
Absolutely.
We apologize for the rickroll in the background, by the way.
If you can hear that. Cole Ballard takes the snap. Fake handoff to Terry Williams. He's looking deep. Please throw the flag there. And I have no clue how that was not a flag at all.
So
Mike
Westfield
Webster was getting held by the shoulder pads, and Zionsville got away with that one.
A rare 3rd down situation here for the Rocks. We didn't see it a lot last week, and this is our first time seeing it this week in the 2nd quarter of play. So I wonder what they're going to draw up here.
And it's 3rd and 10 after the great kick return from Kendall Garnett. It's looking like the Rocks will do nothing with this field possessioning unless they can get the first down here. But Zionsville did get away with that no call right there. 3
you could
wideouts.
argue it's a no call or not.
Ryan Krieger, we saw that a few times last week, as that will be an incompletion and a 3-and-out for the Rocks. As Brody Bayham, this is the first punt
Of the season for him.
I think so, yeah. As Brody Bayham trots out to punt, the 4.5-star kicker. This kid is magnificent.
It's either the first punt since New Pal or the first punt all season. I believe it's since New Pal.
Yeah. And a little shout out from the sports cast podcast we just mentioned. Little spoiler alert, I picked Brody in my draft here as that punt almost gets blocked. Eugene Hilton waits for the fair catch, and this will set up a 1st and 10 on their own 11-yard line for the Eagles.
We are back here. Zionsville has the ball. They are only down by 3 with 10:53 left in the half. I wonder what Christian Abney is going to draw up here.
Yeah, I mean, they've been more of a pass-heavy offense so far. A few runs here and there, but I feel like their passing is what's really going to win them this game because Wrigley Bumgardner has been a force to be reckoned with so far this game.
Abney, the handoff to Hansen, and Hansen gets nowhere.
What a solo tackle there by Charlie Dager, the senior, and he's been making plays like that even last year as a junior on varsity.
That'll lose him some yards, so it'll be 2nd and about 12. As just a reminder, folks, with about 5 or 4 minutes left in the half, Aiden and I are going to be out of the press box, and we're going to go down and do a halftime interview, which you will see before we go back in action on the second half is Abney looking in the shotgun as he'll get it, handoff up the middle for Hinshaw, and Hinshaw will get around 3 or 4 yards, so it'll be 3rd and long for
Good
the
defensive
Eagles.
drive so far by the Rocks. Ryan Barker on the stop there, the middle linebacker assisting that tackle. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 on their own 13.
I feel like Abney's going to get creative here.
Absolutely, and he showed in that one play he's able to take it down and scramble and get away from pass rush in those situations as the Vecna bell chimes here in Riverview Health Stadium on 3rd down.
Abney in the shotgun for this 3rd down. This is a huge one if they want to stay in this game. Abney looking, surveying up and into Hilton.
That was a very nice, accurate pass there by Abney. Got it up over the sophomore Lennox Williams and dropped it right into the breadbasket for Eugene Hilton.
Williams is athletic, but I don't think it was athletic enough to make that play.
Absolutely.
I don't doubt him on many things, but that's one of the things I said. Could you make that play? Maybe. Abney now in the shotgun. Shotgun formation is common here in high school football, if you were not aware, as he will fake the handoff, and the pass gets tipped and nearly intercepted.
That is the third. That is the third almost interception for the Rocks here. That means that this defensive line is playing great, deflecting the pass, getting in the face of Christian Abney, and that's what you're going to get in that situation is a almost interception.
So many deflected passes, but no interceptions between these two teams. I don't understand. I feel like there's going to be one play that'll just kind of set the benchmark, and that play was the first tip in the first quarter by the Rocks.
Absolutely, as this will bring up 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
Abney back in the shotgun. You got 2 receivers on either side of him. As he gets the snap, he's looking over for Eugene Hilton, and he gets the catch, steps out of bounds, and that'll be a nice gain of about 5 or 6, and it'll be 3rd down and short.
And Eugene Hilton is going to be the main weapon for this offense, or at least for a receiver position. Obviously, Haynes and Hinshaw had a good game, averaging 6.5 yards a carry last week. But Eugene Hilton is obviously the main target in the receiving game. But you also got to look out for Ryan Skura. He's gotten targeted about 5 or 6 times so far. So there's a lot of weapons to keep tabs on if you're the Westfield defense.
Crucial 3rd down here for Abney. 9:13 left in the half. Abney looking. He fakes the handoff. He's looking for a tight end. He's going to keep it himself, and he will get the 1st down and more.
Christian Abney showcasing his running ability. Last week against Lebanon, he had 1 rush.
And it was a 62 yards and a touchdown.
62-yard touchdown. That was his only rush. And then against Pike, he had 11 rushes for negative 10 yards. So he's been very up and down as a rusher so far, but that play showcases his ability to run.
The Eagles are slowly and meticulously inching their way down to midfield and Westfield territory as Abney is back in the shotgun. Shocker there. Hilton on his right, 3 wide receivers on his left, and a running back behind him as he'll look to pass. Not much time. He's going deep for Eugene Hilton, and he will make the catch.
What a dime there by Christian Abney. What a catch there by Eugene Hilton, and that's what I was talking about just a moment ago, how good Eugene Hilton is and how much of a problem he'll be for DBs like Jake Good. But the accuracy there by Abney was unreal as he drops it right on a silver platter.
Son of Colts legend, I would say, T.Y. Hilton. Eugene certainly gets the very athletic wide receiver genes from his pops.
Absolutely. As they'll line up 1st and 10 now, knocking on the door of the red zone. Here's the snap, handoff to Hanson. Hinshaw, no, he's going to fake it. He's going to ram it up the middle and get hammered by 3 or 4 Rocks there.
It looks like their Eagles offense isn't very effective whenever you're not throwing it to number 2.
Yeah, Hilton, and that's your main target if you're Zionsville. 2nd and 7 here from the 24.
Hilton last week had 1 reception, and this week is the exact opposite. I mean, he has, 6 or 7, maybe even 8 receptions so far?
Yeah.
that out route to the outside sideline is certainly his go-to there.
Working magic for him tonight so far. As the snap is snapped, he's gonna. Oh!
The ball's loose.
I think
And
he
who's
can
got
make.
it?
I think this is gonna stay Zionsville ball, but I thought it was an incomplete pass. I didn't see the arm go forward, but it looks like it will stay Zionsville ball.
As Lennox Williams looks a little shaken up, and they're just trying to get everyone off of each other. Charlie Dager there.
Charlie Dager comes out, but what? I mean, we can't regard the pressure there that D line got there on Christian Abney. William Goodvine and Colton Varnasar both collapsed on Abney there to force a fumble, and this will drag the positioning back a few yards to make it 3rd and 11 from the 28. They're going to have to get to the 17 to move the chains here. Abney looking left, scanning the field, now looking right. Finds Wrigley Bumgardner.
Wrigley Bumgardner.
And he's inside the 5 here. The tackle coming from senior Sam Toney.
The tip led to the catch. I haven't seen that often.
That was crazy there as Wrigley Bumgardner adjusts and make the catch to get the Zionsville Eagles inside the 5-yard line and potentially a touchdown this drive. And Wrigley Bumgardner has been a huge piece for this Zionsville offense as well. Last year, I already mentioned this, but he had 36 yards on 3 receptions. The week before that, first week of the season, he had 3 receptions for 25 yards and a touchdown.
And there's a timeout on the field by Zionsville. That was random. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I just saw
I mean,
it.
you're not wrong. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network.
Back from the timeout break, Zionsville threatening to score, and they're threatening to score big. 6-3 Rocks so far, 6:31 left in the half as Christian Abney is leading the Eagles down, and they're looking to get a touchdown.
After a few receptions from Eugene Hilton and Wrigley Bumgardner, they're 3 yards away from putting 6 on the scoreboard and taking the lead in this one. As the snap is taken, shovel to the right to Hanson Henshaw. He's going to get met by Jake Good, I believe. No. 51 for the Rocks. Anthony Fetrinelli. And that'll be only a gain of 1, I believe. Nope, a gain of nothing, as this will stay on the 3-yard line.
0-yard gain. Abney so far, I would have to imagine he has 70, 80 yards.
Oh, for sure. As Christian Abney awaits the snap. Looking left. Oh, what a play by Jake Good. I thought he was going to intercept that with one hand for a second from the angle we're looking at, but still, what a play there by Jake Good. And if you're one of the top cornerbacks in the state, that's what you're going to get out of him, plays like that.
Good island right there. I mean,
As
yes,
this will set up a 3rd and 3.
Good is one of those players where if you're a quarterback, you don't want to target him because he's a really good pass deflector and he can get his hands on the ball.
3rd down and 3. 3rd down and goal on the 3. Eugene Hilton lined up on the right, one-on-one man coverage here.
I would run it here.
I would run it here. Hanson Henshaw's had a very good game. Here's the snap,
And there's
flag
a
on the play.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be on Zionsville, and this is going to go back 5 yards. So that'll be 3rd and 8.
I can't tell if these are delay of game penalties or not. I can't read ref hand signals.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a perfect view of the play clock, and they're winding down as soon as these whistles are blown and the flag is thrown as well.
Abney's going to really have to rifle one in here.
Yeah. As this sets up 3rd and 8 on the 8. So 3rd and goal from the 8 here. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Christian Abney facing some pressure. He's just going to loft it, as this will be an incomplete pass, and great pressure from the Rocks there, as this will bring out 4th and goal from the 8.
And they're bringing on the field goal unit. What a stop there by the Westfield defense. We cannot stress to the viewers how big of a stop that was. They were on the 3-yard line. If they got a touchdown there, they would have been up 9 or 10-6.
Exactly, and this was 1st and goal on the 3, so they had 3 chances. They had 3 chances to get a touchdown there.
Henkel on to kick the field goal, as it is up and
looks good and is good. We have a tie game here at Riverview Health Stadium. A couple big plays coming from Eugene Hilton and Wrigley Bumgardner to tie this score up 6-6. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network.
(6-6) here in the first half, and we're going to have to go. The color and play-by-play are going to have to go away for a Jay Gilbert interview, which you will see in the second half of the stream. But meanwhile, you can watch the action. You just won't have any commentary. So we will see you in the second half, 6-6, with 5:33 left in the first half.
Number 6, Williams, the ball carrier on the play. On the stop for Zionsville, Sorg and Streepy. That'll bring up 4th down for Westfield. Timeout on the field taken by Zionsville. Brody Bain set to punt for Westfield. The punt is downed by Westfield at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Zionsville from their 23-yard line. 24, Hinshaw, the ball carrier. On the stop of the Rocks, Tyler Dykus along with number 24, Jackson Floyd. Gain of about 3 on the play brings up 2nd down and 7. For Hinshaw, the ball carrier on the play. Stopped on the play by William Goodvine. And that is the end of the first half with your score, Westfield 9, Zionsville 6. Some scores from around the conference. Not quite to halftime. Hamilton Southeastern leads Avon 21-6. At halftime, Fisher's over Noblesville 21-17. And also at halftime, Brownsburg over Franklin Central 14-7. Ladies and gentlemen in the stadium, if you have lost a set of Ford keys, has been found at the home concession stand.
From Westfield, Indiana, please welcome the Westfield High School Marching Band. This program is entitled The Dark Horse and features the following musical selection. Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Aha by Imogen Heap. Heroes by David Bowie. And Symphony No. 4, Heroes by
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for the pride of Westfield. Westfield fans, don't go anywhere. Please help us welcome for the second half of your halftime performance your Westfield High School dance team. Westfield, let's hear it for your Westfield dance team.
Evan Cummings here with Westfield head coach Jake Gilbert. Jake, a lot went good in the first half, especially the defense, but what do you think we can improve on?
Well, obviously we have to execute offensively. We looked pretty good early, but they got a beat on us, and we haven't done much in the second quarter. So we have to get some explosive plays. We can't allow their safeties to tackle everything. They're doing a great job defensively. We have to adjust here in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Welcome back to the stream. Start of the third quarter coming right up. Kind of a low-scoring game here, 9-6 in favor of Westfield here. A very defensive-heavy game so far, as so many plays are being made. Evan is not here quite yet. He's figured something out down on the field, so I'm the only one on right now. But Zionsville will receive the kick to start the third quarter. Terry Williams, as you saw at the end of the second quarter, has been amazing. He was a very big factor in those 3 points the Rocks got out of that last drive, and 3 points will go a long way, especially in this game.
Evan Cummings here with Westfield head coach Jake Gilbert. Jake, a lot went good in the first half, especially the defense. All right, a minute until halftime until halftime ends. What were your thoughts on the first half?
All right, so am I talking right now? I can't tell. All right, so a minute until halftime. A very defensive-sided game for the most part. Evan, what do you think is going to be a key factor in a win for the Rocks, I guess?
Definitely the offense or the lack thereof. I think how well they do on offense will decide whether they win or lose this game.
Absolutely, and incredible performances from Terry Williams at the end of the second quarter. He had a great rush, a couple great rushes to really fuel the Rocks to get 3 points at the end of the drive and to put them up 9-6. But the Eagles will receive this kick to start the third quarter. And for Zionsville, what do you think will win the game for Zionsville?
Definitely offense. I mean, they have the defense pretty much on lock. I mean, this is the fewest amount of points that Westfield's been held to at a half ever this season. So I think scoring is going to be a really big deal for this Westfield offense.
As Brody Bayham is about to get things back underway here at Riverview Health Stadium. Let's see if the second half is just as defensive dominant as the first. The Rocks line up at the 35-yard line, ready to get this thing back and rolling. Whistle blows. Third quarter is underway. Squib kick as they're going to take this out. That'll be Eugene Hilton, and he will bring this out to around the 34-33-yard line as Christian Abney trots onto the field and hopefully have a better half than the first.
Yeah, that first half was not really abysmal for Christian Abney, but certainly not what he wanted or he envisioned going into this game. So if he can get a couple good passes, that would be a very good start for him in the second half.
And when Evan and I were down at the field to film the Coach Gilbert halftime interview, we saw Christian Abney fist bump a few Ball State scouts and say thank you for coming. So
he's getting looked at for sure.
Absolutely, as Christian Abney trots onto the field and looks to lead this Zionsville offense to a lead.
He's in the shotgun. There's a man in motion. Both offense and defense ready. They'll start it off with a run, and that run will get nowhere.
And with such a low-scoring half like this has been, Coach Gilbert was definitely vocal in the locker room. Let's just say that. So I'm expecting a lot of halftime changes, and I'm sure this Rocks defense and I guess offense as well will come out stronger to start this thing off.
The offense is definitely going to be better this half because I'm pretty sure that Coach Gilbert was stressing in the locker room that, hey, we need to score more. We should be scoring more. And so we will really just have to tell and see whenever the Rocks offense gets back on. But now the defense is on, and Abney is in the shotgun. He will have 3 to his left, 1 to his right. The snap, fake the run play, play action, up and over, incomplete.
And we saw Christian Abney throw a few dimes last half, but there's also the overthrown ones, like we saw with Ryan Skura to the corner of the end zone last half. And that was just another one of those unlucky overthrows, as this already brings out 3rd and 7 on their own 33 for the Eagles. And let's see if the Rocks defense can pitch a 3-and-out here.
If the Rocks can get a 3-and-out here, that would be big for the momentum of this entire second half.
And to definitely set the tone for the second half as well.
Abney back in the shotgun. Shocker. 2 wide receivers to his left and right. Running back right behind him. He's going to look to pass. He's got all the day, and he's going to try and run, but he's going to get nowhere.
And that's a 3-and-out for the Eagles offense. And Charlie Dager and William Goodvine were all over that play. Great job by the Westfield secondary there to lock up any wide receiver trying to get open. And obviously that buys the defensive line more time to make a play, and Christian Abney was definitely uncomfortable rolling to his left.
Good stop by the Rocks defense there, and now the Eagles are going to punt it away and give Westfield a chance to get on the board for the first time in the second half.
The junior and also the dual threat of a cornerback and wide receiver. Number 4, Andrew Liskey, is back to return this for the Shamrocks as we await the snap.
Henkel gets the snap. It's
a little muffed snap
low,
there.
Very low snap, and it's not a good punt, and it'll go out of bounds. So that'll give him a couple extra yards. 9-6 with 10-12 remaining in the third quarter. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here for the Rocks' first drive of the second half. Aiden, what are you looking to see out of the Rocks in this first drive?
Definitely the game through the air. I mean, they were definitely run heavy last half, and if they can start getting a good passing game, I mean, this offense is going to be very hard to stop.
Low snap for Ballard, as I couldn't tell if that was Garnett or Williams, but he was dragging someone on the ground there.
And that's the strength you see in Terry Williams. I mean, he fights for every down, as you saw at the end of the second quarter, and he's willing to pick up any extra yards available.
It is confirmed Williams on the carry, and now the Rocks will face a 2nd and long. Ballard in the shotgun with 2 wide receivers on his right. He's looking to throw. He throws over the middle, and will it be intercepted?
That was dropped.
They'll say incomplete pass. That's the 3rd call by the rest tonight that they've declared incomplete, even though it might have looked questionable. Not complaining about the call. Neither will Jake Gilbert of the Westfield Shamrocks, but not obviously how they wanted that play to go down.
Intended receiver there on the play was sophomore Micah Webster, the one who was unable to catch the ball, the safety Luke Murphy for the Eagles, as this sets up a 3rd and 8.
3rd and long here for the Rocks. Ballard has got to get it out somewhere. He's looking to pass, and it'll be caught by Aaron Bolus, and Aaron Bolus has a lane. Aaron Bolus being patient, and he will get down to the 20, maybe more. He's still on his feet. Zeke Richardson keeping him up. Oh, my goodness.
And that is why Gabe Aaron Bolus is one of the best wide receivers in the state as just a sophomore. That strength is unbelievable. How he was able to shake off 2 Zionsville secondary players and gain an extra 2 or 3 yards and eventually put the Rocks in the red zone.
That is the play the Rocks needed, and now they're going to go hurry up to try and catch the Eagles off guard, maybe get a mismatch. Ballard in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers, but he's going to hand it off to Garnett or Williams, and Williams has got a lane.
That's Terry Williams on the play, and Terry Williams, that's why he's RB1 on this team. I mean, he might be the most patient running back Westfield's ever seen, as there's some confusion on the field.
And now there's a timeout for an injured Rock on the field.
I believe that's Mike Clifford. That is Mike Clifford, the senior.
And we will cut away from the action. 9-6 with Westfield threatening to score. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium in cloudy Westfield, Indiana, as light is turning to dark. Mike Clifford is getting off the field, and Westfield is threatening to score, Aiden.
And Terry Williams showcasing how much he wants to gain extra yards there. I mean, he's been getting tugged this whole game, and he's been fighting for extra yards, and that's why Westfield is where they are now, is with him at running back.
Ballard's got a little less protection than he had before. Mike Clifford injured on the previous play. Ballard looking, he fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself. He has the lane. 5, touchdown, Cole Ballard.
The Rocks are in, and that adds yet another rushing touchdown for the mobile senior QB, Cole Ballard. What a read there by Cole Ballard. The fake handoff to Terry Williams, and he just finds the lane and books it.
Good read there by senior Cole Ballard, the second touchdown of the night in the total. And it is now 15-6 with kicker Brody Bame threatening to put on another more. Another more? Wow. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just so excited right now. Brody Bame to kick the extra point. They might try fake. They're not going to. Brody Bame, it is up and good.
What else is new?
16-9. Westfield leads. You are watching the Westfield Sportscast. We are back here from Westfield, Indiana. Colt Ballard just scrambled and scored a touchdown, his third rushing touchdown of the year, his third in the last 2 games. And Brody Vam is going to kick off. And what'd you like about that last drive by Westfield?
Just a great play call there by Schlicker there, the offensive coordinator. They were throwing run plays left and right at Zionsville, and they just couldn't stop them. And they couldn't stop them in the first half either, and that's why they found the end zone.
Short kick by Bame, returned by Eugene Hilton, and Hilton's got a lane, but he'll be stopped at around the 30. Thanks to good coverage by Westfield's KOR.
And Andrew Lissy almost stripped that out of his hands there for a second. I wouldn't have been surprised if that ball popped out.
You can see Bame obviously upset with himself. He wanted that to go into the end zone, make it a touchback. Instead, he kicked it a little short, which that was his probably first non-routine, how he wanted to go kickoff this season. So understandably frustrated, but the defense here is going to try and make up for that.
Sideline report, Michael Clifford, the offensive lineman who was injured before the break, trots out of the medical tent, and he's hitting a few jogs and high knees on the sideline. We still don't know if he's yet to return.
Here's a handoff to Henson, and Henson will get nowhere. Abney, so far this game, probably has close to 100 yards, if not more.
Yeah, he's been terrific throwing the ball, and that 130-yard dagger to Eugene Hilton, I mean, was magnificent. And if you have a great sophomore wide receiver like Eugene Hilton that's going to get open, you're going to need a great, accurate quarterback like Christian Abney to throw dimes like that. And he's been able to put the ball on the money almost the whole game tonight.
Except for the 2 overthrows in the red zone. He's been pretty accurate so far. Speaking of Abney being good, he's in the shotgun. He's hoping to do something good right here as he'll fake the handoff, look for the pass, and it's deflected and caught by
No way.
Henson.
That's going to be
Hanson Hinshaw. That was deflected by what it looks like Charlie Dager, and
I believe that was Charlie Dager, but
Hanson Hinshaw caught it?
Charlie Dager bats the ball down, but it lands right in the lap of Hanson Hinshaw. Speaking of Hanson Hinshaw receiving, in week 1 against Pike, he had 2 receptions for 22 yards, and last week, not as bright of a receiving game. He had 1 reception for -2 yards, but that still shows that he's still being implemented into the passing game.
I feel like in high school sports you see new stuff all the time, but that was something that I don't think has ever happened in football. Abney will fake the handoff. He's going to try and run for himself. He's got a man open, and it's dropped.
And that'll bring up 4th and 3, which brings up the question, will Zionsville go to this? I mean, it's 4th and short. You're down 10. You're on your own 39. It's high risk, high reward right here, and it looks like they're going to bring out the punting team, but don't be surprised if they pull off a fake.
We've seen a lot of fakes so far this season by Westfield and other opponents, so they're not really a different part of the game, but certainly not normal.
Other opponents, also known as New Pal, who pulled off the fake punt and actually scored off of it. So I know this Westfield special teams is prepared for anything that's about to be
They're not
thrown
really
at them.
prepared to block a punt, more like prevent a fake one. Henkel's going to try and punt it. He does. That's a very good punt to around the 25-yard line, and Liskey did not call fair catch, but he's going to get swamped at the 25-yard line. So another Zionsville drive stalls, and Westfield will get the ball back, hoping to score. 16-6, 7:03 left in the third quarter. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium. Westfield's up 16-6, 7:03 left in the third quarter, and Cole Ballard is going to try and make them add another 6. Garnett up the middle. Garnett or Williams, I can't really tell before the drive starts.
And Terry Williams, he didn't get, I don't think, any reps in the first quarter at all. It was all Kendall Garnett, but he's been getting some decent reps here in the second quarter leading into the third quarter, and he's been doing an amazing job. Just as good as last week, as we saw against LC. He tore it up, and he's been doing the same here tonight.
Gilbert flipped the script on us. Last week, it was the exact opposite of what's happening this game. Just shows you how creative this coaching staff at Westfield is.
Here's the snap from Cole Ballard. Handoff to Terry Williams. and he's going to go straight up the gut and find a bunch. Oh, flag. A little fight is breaking out.
This team has bad blood. I mean, they've been playing each other for so long. I think they've played each other more times in HCC play than almost any other matchup in the HCC.
Yeah.
So that does not surprise me that they're getting a little physical. The flag is being thrown, but we are not sure who it's on. I didn't see the
I'm pretty
contact
sure
personally.
they waved towards Westfield, so I'm pretty sure it's a misconduct, so it's going to go back for, I believe, 10 yards.
We could be wrong, though. You know, we're
Could
just
be.
students.
Still waiting what the call is, though. We know it's on Westfield.
Yeah.
Personal foul on Westfield. This is going to go back a chunky
I feel like a
amount of yards.
Gabe Arambolas catch is in order. Catch and run, I'd say, or a Max Nosler seam, or just anything but a run play, really.
Yeah. As this brings up now 2nd and 14, they come back 10 yards. Oh, 3rd and 14, I'm sorry. So a 3 and out for the Eagles here would be huge as Cole Ballard takes the snap, fake handoff. No, it is a handoff. Terry Williams cuts inside, fumbles. And I believe it's Zionsville ball. And they get the ball right at the red zone, I believe. Nope, it's still Westfield ball. So this is going to be a punt.
This is
And Brody Bayham will trot out to punt this thing away to the Eagles.
3rd down. I get you're trying to, you know, deke the defense a little bit by calling a run play. But if it's 3rd and long, no matter the circumstance, you should not be running the ball. Do not run the
Absolutely.
ball on 3rd and long.
And, you know, you're up 10, so you have a little bit of a cushion, but it's high school football, and it's 3rd and 15. You know you're probably not going to pick it up on the run on the ground anyway, so might as well try to pick up the 1st down. But also a little bit of respect for this call as well, just to play it safe.
And
Timeout Westfield. You're watching Westfield Sports Network.
$16 to 6, Westfield leads, and they're going to punt after a 3rd and 15 run. Not the best play call, but it was a play call made, and so now Brody Bain will be back to punt for Westfield. Aiden, what are your thoughts on the stall of this Westfield drive?
And, yeah, I'm going to touch on that. That penalty really drew him back, and that penalty was really going to hurt you, especially a personal foul. As Eugene Hilton's going to pick this up and take it up the middle, cuts left, and he's going to get met by Brody Bayham, gets laid out by the punter as he takes this thing in the red zone. So what a return by Eugene Hilton, and a high risk, high reward there by picking up that punt.
I knew it was coming once I saw the ball start to roll. He's dangerous, and you got guys coming all sorts of directions on you, left and right, but up the middle is where no one was bothering to threaten. So now,
and we've seen a familiar play like that, Deshaun Jackson against the Giants to win that game, and the same thing happened here.
Can Westfield make a hard stop here in the red zone?
Christian Abney trying to lead this Zionsville Eagles offense to get this game into a one-possession score as Hanson Henshaw lined up in the shotgun to his right. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Abney scanning the field is going to launch it deep towards Eugene, and it's caught. Eugene Hilton carrying the whole drive as he does his dad's celebration in the corner of the end zone, and this thing is 16-12 as they look to tack on one more with the PAT.
I mean, not much to say there. You know, Eugene Hilton just is an absolute monster in coverage. It doesn't matter. You could double team him. You could single team him. Heck, you could even triple team him. He's going to try and find a way to get out with a catch, and that was just an amazing catch for a touchdown.
And I'm going to flip it on Christian Abney for a second. That was a dime right over Andrew Liskey or Sam Tony. I forget who that was, but right into the lap of Eugene Hilton as the kick is good, and the score now is 16-13 Eagles. You're watching Westfield Sports Network.
We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium. 16-13 Rocks lead, but the Eagles just scored on a Eugene Hilton touchdown from about 20 yards out, and now Westfield's going to try and make something of their next offensive drive.
As Terry Williams and Kendall Garnett, the running back duo of Westfield, back to return, but these kicks have not really gone to them at all tonight, so we'll see if they're actually going to return these kicks as the kick is underway, and this will in fact go to the sophomore Kendall Garnett, but it will be taken in as a touchback as Cole Ballard and this Westfield offense trots onto the field. I do not see Mike Clifford in the mix, so I'm assuming he might be out for a little bit due to that injury we saw earlier. But if there's any play, if there's any drive that they need to score, it's got to be this one. Set the tone for the fourth quarter. There's 5 minutes left in this quarter, and by the time you score that touchdown, there's might be 1 or 2 minutes left on the clock, and you need to score right here. This is a must-score drive, and Michael Clifford is not on the field. So Cole Ballard lines up for the Shamrocks. 3 receivers out to the left. Fake handoff, screen to Ryan Krieger, the senior. And he's going to cut in and get a decent gain of about 6 or 7 there.
I have a quick HCC score update. HSE leads Avon 21-6 at half. Fishers leads Noblesville 35-25. Noblesville's been pretty good this year. They're 2-0, and they're certainly scoring a lot. And Brownsburg leads Franklin Central 14-7 at half.
As we cut back to Cole Ballard, handoff to Kendall Garnett, makes a couple miss. And he is dang near close. Nope, he got past. He's going to move the chains for the Rocks. Yep. And that'll set up 1st and down at the 30 for Cole Ballard.
Good gain there by Kendall Garnett. You know, we're finally seeing this Westfield offense get back into rhythm. Certainly something that you'd want to see if you're a Westfield fan right now.
And I like this kind of slow rhythm. I mean, they're lining back up a little fast here, and they're getting good plays for some small gains of yards.
Garnett up the middle now again for another 4 or 5 yards.
Another great run there by Kendall Garnett. He's been a monster tonight. I mean, he's been very vital in the Shamrocks offense, and he's going to pick up 5 here, which will bring up a 2nd and 5 on their own 35. As Cole Ballard looks to the sideline to see the play. Max Nosler, the 100-yard receiver from last week, still yet to get on the stat sheet here, but he's lined up on the far left of the O-line here.
I smell a seam or a post route coming from him.
Ryan Krieger motion, fake jet sweep. Cole Ballard getting pressure. He's going to look to get the first and does, and a little extra, but they're going to mark him out at the 45-yard line. Great ability to tuck it down there and go for a 1st down there.
I mean, his rushing ability is really the most underrated part about him. He was a baseball player this spring. That's where he kind of rehabbed his leg a little bit, and he's fit to play. And last week he had about 72 rushing yards, so great job by him.
And those 72 rushing yards really shows how good he is as a rushing QB really shows that he's able to take it down and run with facing pressure. All right, Kendall Garnett in the backfield. Oh, Kendall Garnett drops it. He's going to pick it back up, loop it around, picks up a block,
and
gets around 2 yards.
On that.
And how did that happen? I mean, that just shows how fast Garnett is. And he's tiny but mighty, 5'6", 175 there. But he's fast. He can cut fast, and he's nimble, and he gets around the corner to pick up 1 yard. But that was probably the best 1 yard gain I think I've ever seen in my life.
The transition there was not the smoothest, but it happened, and they ended up getting yards out of it. So props to Kendall Garnett and Cole Ballard and anyone who blocked on that play, really.
Zeke Richardson comes in for Ryan Krieger. Micah Webster lined up on the right. Max Nosler lined up on the left. Kendall Garnett in shotgun. 2nd and 9 here. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Cole's going to take it himself. Bulls his way up for a good 5 yards here. And this will set up a 3rd and medium, I would say. 3rd and 4 here.
I'd say you definitely, even if you don't get the conversion here, I would still go for it.
Yeah, and
this is a crucial part in the game. We are down to 2:23 left in the 3rd quarter. You got to start scoring, and you got to start scoring fast.
Absolutely, and Westfield has the weapons to do it. Let's just see if they will do it here. Zeke Richardson lined up on the far left. To his right is the sophomore Micah Webster. To Micah's right is Gabe Arambolas. Here's the
Ballard
snap.
back.
Cole looking left, facing pressure. A little bit overthrown. Intended receiver Gabe Arambolas, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And
they're going to stay on the field, it looks like.
Yep,
they're staying on the field. They're going for 4th down here.
This is a risk. This is a high risk, high reward call. I would do it if I had a lot of confidence in Cole Ballard and Kendall Garnett in my entire receiving and blocking. But at the same time, if you don't get it, you give Zionsville a lot of good field position.
Exactly, and that's why this is probably one of the biggest plays of the game so far. Cole Ballard, this snap. Oh, it's a punt. I don't know what they were thinking on that.
And I would have gone for it.
I would have gone for it there, too. I mean, that would get you the 1st down in a crucial position. But, you know, if you miss it, then Zionsville also gets the ball at midfield. Interesting play call there by Westfield, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network.
We are back now, and Abney will be in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers on his right. Hilton in formation. Formation. He's looking to pass. He's looking to go deep. He has Hilton over the middle, and it's caught.
And Abney just showing that accuracy yet again, finding Eugene Hilton, and Eugene Hilton is the main weapon in the Zionsville offense, and he showed that tonight, having that touchdown and yet again with that reception.
Zionsville is looking to make a big statement touchdown here, or just score in general. They're going to try and tie or take the lead from Westfield.
Hanson Henshaw behind Abney here, 3 to the right here. The snap looking right, gonna find Wrigley Bumgardner. He's gonna get a block, and he's going to get his way to the 20-yard line as a flag flies. Awaiting the call to see who this is on. I really don't know. Could go both ways. Holding on the offense. This will go back.
And that increases Westfield's chances of getting a stop this drive.
And they need one. I mean, this Westfield defense has been elite so far, but you can see they're kind of starting to give in. And Christian Abney is starting to take over this game along with Eugene Hilton. As this will bring up a 1st and 16 now.
A little injury update here. Mike Clifford has his jersey and pads off, so he will not be returning to the game.
Which is a huge loss for Cole Ballard and the Westfield offense as a whole. Henshaw behind Abney, 3 receivers to the left, Eugene Hilton to the right. Abney takes the snap, fake handoff to Hinshaw. He's looking, and he finds a wide open Ryan Skura on the hitch route, and he's going to pick up around 13, 12 there. He's going to pick up 12 to bring up a 2nd and 4, and they're in the red zone now as this third quarter's ticking away with only 30 seconds left.
That deep comeback route really is deadly to this Westfield defense.
And it was deadly last week against LC. DeMarcus Cole ran that same route about 8 times. As I think they're going to get another snap off before the half ends. 13 seconds left. Christian Abney awaits the snap. Here it is. Handoff to Hinshaw. He's going to get the edge, and he's going to come up just short of the first down marker, as that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Eagles offense as we head into the fourth quarter. A very close game here between the Rocks and the Eagles. It's 16-13 Rocks. Eagles are knocking on the end zone. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network.
We are back to Westfield, Indiana, Riverview Health Stadium, and Christian Abney is threatening to score here, and the Zionsville Eagles are trying to take this game into their control.
3rd down here, but it's only a 3rd down and 1.
Abney in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. Student section going wild, and Abney's trying to get a call, and he can't. Abney tried to draw him off sides there. That just did not work.
5 seconds
the
on the
Westfield
play
line
clock.
is disciplined. As there's a snap. It's a little wonky. And does he have Hilton? He does.
Hilton had
with
it.
Another amazing catch. And that'll set
Eugene
them up
Hilton.
inside the 10.
Eugene Hilton has been absolutely unbelievable tonight. He's been the only Eagles player coming to play tonight. In the receiving game, Abney is just chucking dimes out right now like it's nothing. And that sets up a 1st and goal on the Westfield 3-yard line.
Hilton is having a career day. He might get a touchdown here too.
William
Great stop
Goodbine.
there by the Westfield defense. That looks like it's number 34, Colton Vondersar. Aiden, so let's just say hypothetically they score a touchdown. What does Westfield need to do?
I think they need to attempt the passing game more. I mean, the passing game is not – they haven't touched much on the passing game at all so far. And I feel like they need to touch on that more. I feel like every single time they pass, something's been open. And that's something they need to look forward, especially in crunch time here late in the 4th.
Abney in the shotgun. He's going to try and look for one of his 3 targets right now. He's scrambling out. He does not have time, and one-handed catch made at the very back of the end zone.
But it is not going to be complete as he was way out, and that'll bring up yet another 3rd down. It feels like Zionsville has had 25 million 3rd downs here, and I feel like they just keep getting lucked out, and getting themselves out of the hole, each one, as this sets up 3rd and goal from the 3 here. A huge play on both sides of the ball.
Abney going to try and put one in the end zone here as he tries to draw the Westfield defense off sides. They are disciplined, though. Here's the snap, the handoff, met by a pile of rocks, and they are stopped. Hinshaw stopped by a wall of rocks, and now you have a dangerous decision. Are you going to go for it, or are you going to take your points? And it looks like they're going to take their points.
And that was just a great stop. That was probably one of the most crucial, one of the best plays that this defense has made all game, and they just smothered Hanson Hinshaw there, limited to only a 1-yard loss, actually. As Trevor Henkel is on the kick, he was 6 for 6 last week, hasn't missed tonight.
Watch out for the fake, though. I mean, they might try a fake, but they won't, and the kick is up and good. So, 16-all, Westfield has the ball. 10:33 left in the game. This is going to be an exciting one. Stay with us, folks. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here in Westfield, Indiana. This is an exciting game between two HCC opponents, the Zionsville Eagles and the Westfield Shamrocks. It is currently tied with 10:33 left in the game, 16-16. And Zionsville is going to kick off here.
Trevor Henkel on the kick for Zionsville, and we are back underway here in crunch time. 10 minutes left in the 4th. As this will be a touchback, and Cole Ballard jogs onto the field yet again to try to get this Rocks offense and this Rocks team in general in the lead here in the 4th quarter.
They got to attack the passing game. I mean, there's not much you can say except you have to. Cole Ballard is going to sorry about that technical difficulty, folks. Cole Ballard is going to try and lead these Shamrocks down the field and try and score a touchdown. He's got to really dial in here. He's got to go in his back. He's got to pull some maneuvers, and he's going to get these boys down the field. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 motioning. He's got a play action pass, and he might get sacked here, and he does.
Great play there by the Zionsville defense to get that sack. That'll be number 44, Grant Coleman, on the sack there, and that'll bring up a 2nd and long here. Loss of 10.
Missing Mike Clifford really messed this O-line up, and now they've got a 2nd and very, very long here. Now,
and I like pass. Yeah, and I like the idea of that play call. The O-line just kind of crumbled there, and they need to look more into passing because I'm still confident that that's what's going to get them the lead in this game.
2nd and very long. I'd say 2nd and 20 here for Cole Ballard. He's backed up against his own end zone. He's going to look to pass. He's got Zeke Richardson on the sideline, and that'll get about 15 of those yards back. And so the clock is going to roll here, but they've got a 3rd down situation.
And the passing game is definitely, I feel like it's definitely going to work here as Zeke Richardson just picked up 13 yards. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 at their own 23, and I feel like they just need to keep going with the passing game because I feel like it's got to work, and I feel like that's the key to success here late in the game.
Ballard has got a lot of options on this play. He's in the shotgun. Which one will he go with? He's looking to pass. He's got Richardson over the sideline, and he's got more room. He's still in. He's still going on the sideline, 50, and he's across the 50. Zeke Richardson with an amazing play.
Correction there. That'll be Max Nosler, the guy who got 100 yards receiving, over 100 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns last game, as that'll also be a penalty on Zionsville. Or, no, they're saying he stepped out. I'm actually confused. They're looking at something on the ground.
It's an injured player.
Oh, yeah, it is an injured player.
We will be right back. 16-16 with a big gain from Westfield. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium after that brief timeout for what looked like an injured player. We are across the 50 here, and the Shamrocks got to score here.
Absolutely, and as shown so far on this drive, the passing game has been the answer, and you can never go wrong with a run with Terry Williams, but I feel like they've run the ball so many times tonight that Zionsville is almost expecting it. As the handoff to Terry Williams finds an open hole. He cuts. He's going 30, 20. He's going to get chased out of bounds, and he's inside the 10-yard line. What?
Terry Williams!
What a run there by the transfer student, the senior Terry Williams.
Oh,
getting
my
inside
goodness.
the 10-yard line as he got chased out by Ryan Skura there, also the receiver.
What a big play by Terry Williams.
And that's the energy, that's the play, that's the momentum the Rocks needed going into crunch time here in a tie game. As Cole Ballard takes the snap, another handoff to Terry. He's going to find a lane, make a few jukes, and he's going to get inside the 5 now.
Just lay down on the 4 or 3-yard line.
Terry
no problem
Williams
with that at all.
Terry Williams with yet another good run, as this will bring up 2nd and goal from the 3 here. And this is crunch time. This is it. This is when you need to make the plays. This is where you need to dig deep into your playbook and find the best plays in this scenario. And I believe Coach Jake Gilbert will do that.
8 minutes on the clock and winding down. So you got to think to yourself, can Zionsville, if Westfield scores a touchdown here, be passive-aggressive and slowly march their way down the field and leave Westfield with no time on the clock?
I mean, that is definitely an option, as Cole Ballard is going to take the run here, and he's in.
Touchdown,
Cole Ballard
Ballard!
is in, and that is his 2nd game in a row where he has 2 rushing touchdowns as he puts the Rocks up 6, 22-16, as Brody Bayham is already out there to kick to make this thing 23-16.
Don't jinx it now. Don't jinx it. We've seen a lot of announcers jinx it.
We've seen it happen before, but
do not jinx anything.
Recap on that last play. Cole Ballard read that RB option perfectly, decided to keep it, and he's in for 6 as Brody Bayham is on the kick. Hasn't missed a kick all year. Maybe I just jinxed that, but I did not. 23-16 there, and that was a huge drive for the Rocks. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network.
We are back here. Sorry about that. We are back here from Westfield, Indiana. Westfield leads 23-16, and they're about to give the ball back to Christian Abney and Eugene Hilton. Brody Bayham on to kick off. The last one didn't go as planned, and this one's going to be a line drive, and it will not make it to the end zone. It'll be returned by what looks like Bumgardner, and Bumgardner has some room to run, and Bumgardner is going to tackle around the 30-yard line, so about how far Eugene Hilton got last drive.
And what a hit there by the Westfield defense. I'm trying to see what number that is. That was Brody Bayham, the kicker, who laid him out.
You see him celebrating on the bottom of the screen.
He
Oh
was
my goodness.
He was pumped about that one. as Christian Abney and the Zionsville offense takes the field for what could be the last time this game.
Could be.
Could be.
This
Probably
is
not.
high school football. We don't know anything at this point in the game. We saw this in the HSC Westfield sectional last year, too.
23-16 Rocks. Christian Abney takes the snap. Handoff to Hanson Henshaw, and he's going to get a first down and a little bit more there. Getting into the secondary, moving the chains. That'll be a gain of 11 for Henshaw.
The run game hasn't really been utilized as much as the pass game for Zionsville so far in this game up until now. So I feel like this is in Zionsville's playbook to just get in their bag and to just try and mess with Westfield.
Of course. As this ball is now on the 41-yard line of their own. As they go with a 4 wide receiver set. Henshaw in the backfield yet again. Mason Riggins in motion. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it. Abney's going to keep it. He has nowhere to go. And he gets swallowed up with a pile of rocks right on him. Braden Wagner, the one to cover that play. What a play there, and what an electric play, and a much-needed play there by the Westfield defense, as that goes as a gain of 0.
Showing their strength in numbers right there. A lot of rocks were on Abney right there, and that just shows you how once one guy gets on, let's just say a quarterback, whenever he's running, that'll slow him down and give plenty of time for the other defenders to get there and stop the play as soon as it's going on.
Still going with the 4 wide receiver set, to the left, 2 to the right. Hanson in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Abney scanning the field, looks at Riggins, and it is incomplete. Mason Riggins last week, only one reception and 3 yards.
Great coverage there by Sam Toney and Jake Good, double teaming that man right there, and they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, huge play there by Sam Toney to break that up, and this is another, probably one of the biggest plays in the game, but Evan, if you're Zionsville, do you go for it?
I would, honestly. You have nothing to lose. If you're around midfield, you have absolutely nothing to lose. I would go for it.
Here it is, 3rd down. The Vecna bell chimes for probably the 50th time tonight as 3 wide receivers are out to the right. Colton Varderstar gets immediate pressure.
And he will,
a sack.
Abney will get brought down.
Colton Varderstar with a huge QB pressure. And he gets a very, very, very important sack.
And they're going to go for it.
As Colton Varderstar hits the Eugene Hilton celebration that he's been hitting all game.
And they're going to punt it.
And Trevor Henkel's out for the Eagles to punt this thing off to a very dangerous Andrew Liskey.
The Westfield student section getting very into it. This is what the fans have waited and stayed for, a good stop. And now they have to get something going on offense, maybe a touchdown.
And in that play, Colton Vonderstar immediately caught my eye. I immediately noticed him flying over the edge. I honestly thought it was going to be a false start. As Henkel releases the kick, this is going to go right to Liskey's chest as he's going to take it right. He's going to make a man miss. Stiff arm, and he's out at the 35-yard line as William Goodvine, the very important defensive tackle piece, is holding his chest.
Westfield's got the ball, and they are going to try and score. 5:13 left, 23-16 Rocks. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Westfield, Indiana, as Cole Ballard takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Terry Williams, and Williams might fumble, but he got on top of it.
Both running backs have fumbled tonight, but Terry Williams got back on his. Kendall Garnett lost his, as that was a very important recovery there by Terry Williams.
You
as
do
this
not
sets
want
up
to
a second
fumble
and
this
6.
late in the game. It's 4:55 left and going down. The Rocks are just going to try and run out the clock here, but they cannot do that if Terry Williams fumbles. Now, Ballard will take it. He'll look to pass. He'll run it himself. He's got pressure, but he's still going. Ballard over the 50-yard line to about the 43. Ballard again showing the wheels.
And that's just another great play call by Gilbert, using Cole Ballard's running ability, and that is why they moved the chains, and they're now in Zionsville territory. Cole Ballard was chased out by Philip Egler, the senior, on that play, as it sets up a fresh down here.
What a good run by Ballard.
They're looking at the sideline for the play. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Kendall Garnett out into the shotgun. Cole Ballard takes the snap, scanning the field. He's going to look to pass. Goes relatively deep as he finds Gabe Arambolas.
He's at the 12, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Gabe Arambolas with an electric play to put the Rocks up 13.
He hits the TY celebration too. Oh my goodness!
And that might be all she writes for this one. Gabe Arambolas, the sophomore wide receiver, clutches up huge for this Westfield team.
Cole Ballard just floated that pass in there. That was the easiest pass he's made all season. Gabe Arambolas with a great catch, and now it might be coming back.
And it looks like it will come back, actually. All that excitement, all that cheering for nothing as there was a hold on the play.
Oh, man.
Unfortunate for the Rocks.
Boy, do I feel embarrassing right now. I mean, wow.
That is draining.
As the refs just want to make this game really entertaining, I see.
It was a hold on Westfield, so this will bump the ball back to the 49, which doesn't bump them back too much as it'll reset the gains, but it'll be 1st and 15.
Man, that is demoralizing. Now Westfield's got to respond some way, somehow.
Ballard
that
with the
did take time
snap,
off the clock,
hand
though.
off, and he's immediately tripped up at the, or actually behind the line of scrimmage there.
What a
that
drive
was
killer
Kendall
that penalty
Garnett
was.
on the rush.
Sorry for stepping on you, but what a drive killer that was. That penalty killed the entire drive.
And that kills all their momentum, too, as this sets up 2nd and 12 with that 2-yard loss by Kendall Garnett.
Man.
Cole Ballard awaits the snap. He's setting his offense. Here is the snap. He's looking right. Finds Gabe Arambolas yet again on the out route. He gets out of bounds. That'll be a decent gain of about 8 or 9, but that'll still be a 3rd and relatively long here for the Rocks.
Cole Ballard's got to pull something out of a hat here. He doesn't really have a lot of options. It's 3rd and 10, so you got to think, what can I do?
Cole Ballard looking to the sideline for the snap. And if you're Westfield, I feel like you gotta pass this ball. You gotta go for the first down here. It's all or nothing. You're up a touchdown. You have a cushion.
Yeah.
And there's only 3:19 on the clock here. But
I
it looks
think
like it's
they're
going to be a run
Gabe
play.
Arambolas here, or they're going to try and get some type of encroachment penalty, and I feel like they're just going to call a timeout, which they will. 3:07 left on the clock. 23-16. You are watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium. Evan Cummings on the mic with my partner, Aiden McNally, and we've seen a heck of a game here so far, but we still got 3 minutes and 7 seconds of quality football left. Westfield has the ball. It is 3rd and 10 in Zionsville territory, but after a touchdown that wasn't really a touchdown and, the holding penalty, what do you think is going to happen here, Aiden?
I think, what I think is I think they need to pass and pick up this first down. I mean, I just don't think going passive and getting the run is really the right decision. But also another thing you could do with the run is punt off of it and try to pin them deep for a long drive. There's only 3 minutes left in this game as Cole Ballard takes the snap, looks the out route to Gabe Arambolas. He is a yard short. And
so
this might
the
be
question.
This is why you have a 4.5-star kicker on your team.
Either
Will they bring out Brody Bayham? I don't think so.
they're probably just going to go for it. I mean, you just got one yard run up the middle, and
And this game might be over.
possibly. You never know. This is, again, I keep on saying it, it's high school football. You never know. You never know what can happen, like a fumble or an interception. So
Absolutely.
I would not pass here. I would just I'd run it up the middle, straight up the middle.
4th and 1. So it's definitely doable here. And if they get this first down,
They have
this
a good
might be
chance
the
of winning
game.
the game.
Biggest play for the Zionsville defense so far. Cole Ballard is going to run. He's going to get it. He is past the marker, and he is going to move the chains. And a very important down for the Rocks. And now you're in field goal range almost. And if you kick a field goal, you're up by 10. That's a 2-possession game. I don't think 2:50 is enough time for the Zionsville Eagles to even come back now.
If they could score here, or if they could run out the clock, that would be huge for this Shamrocks offense. Ballard has honestly been impressive tonight. Not as impressive as I'd say as last week, but he certainly still has shown the different aspects of his game, like the running and the good passing, by the way.
Cole Ballard calls a timeout on the one, and that is their last timeout, I believe.
23-16, 2:24 left. They just wanted to drain out some clock. So, yeah, Westfield Sports Network, don't move because this game is not over. We are back now from Riverview Health Stadium, 2:24 left in this HCC matchup. Westfield's got the ball. They got a fresh set of downs to work with, although Zionsville has all 3 of their timeouts. So you never know.
And the Rocks have none.
This game is not over.
Here's the play. Jet sweep from Ryan Krieger. They're going to hand it off to him. He finds a little bit of a gap, picks up a nice modest gain of 3, as this will bring up a crucial 2nd and 7 at the Zionsville 30-yard line. Reminder, Eagles have all 3 timeouts. Rocks have absolutely 0. So it is very doable for the Eagles to come back and win this game if the Rocks can't score on this possession.
Two timeouts left for Zionsville. Don't go anywhere. You're just here for the action. Westfield Sports Network. Back here, Westfield football, Riverview Health Stadium. I don't know what I was doing in that beginning, but I'm just excited. 2nd down and about 7 after Ryan Krieger's sweep. And Zionsville has 2 timeouts left. I wonder if they're going to call a timeout after every play this drive. Maybe if Westfield gets a first down or even a touchdown, I wonder if that would discourage that, but you never know. So Cole Ballard stepping back on the field.
2nd and 7 on the Eagles 30 for Cole Ballard and the Rocks offense. Here's the snap. Flags fly everywhere.
Wow. What are we doing here? What's the call? A flag thrown on the Zionsville side of the ball, so that could be on the Rocks.
And the Rocks are already moving back. I think this is going to be on Westfield, which is unfortunate because penalties have been hurting Westfield this whole game, and it's really been unfortunate because that Gabe Aaron Bolas touchdown got called back for holding. And late game, crunch time, close game, you just can't have calls like that.
It'll be 2nd and long here, 2nd and 12 for the Rocks, 2:17 left.
Here's Cole Ballard in the shotgun. The snap, handoff to, I believe that's Gabe Arambolas on the rush there.
I guess it works.
And I believe that is a gain of 3, I would say. No, maybe less.
Forward progress.
No,
I was
0
gonna say
actually.
Forward
I don't
progress
think.
might have been in play there, but I don't think it was. Zionsville calls a timeout. Westfield is now not in a very favorable position. I mean, they're 3rd and long. I would almost pass it to just get more yards for Brody Bame to come up and kick, but I don't know with Schlicker anymore. You're watching the Westfield Sports Network. We are back here from Riverview Health Stadium. Zionsville's got 1 timeout left. There's 2:08 on the clock. Westfield has a 3rd and long. If they convert here, the game might be over.
I mean, there's only 2 minutes left, and the way Christian Aveney's been playing, he's been playing good, but not good enough to lead this team back in less than 2 minutes. Here's 3rd down and 12. They're going to shovel it to Michael Webster. He's going to break a tackle.
He's going to stay
break
free,
another
and
one.
He's still going to go.
He's
wow,
still
look
going,
at that.
But he's only going to pick up a half yard, maybe 1 yard out of that play, and Brody Bayham is going to stay on the sideline here.
I wonder if
he's going to stay on the sideline. It's going to be 4th and 11, and they're looking like they're going to go for it.
I would not. I'm not sure about the call, if I'm being honest. Zionsville calls their last timeout, so they have no way to stop the clock except for spiking it from now on. But
and this might be a good time to pull out the Max and Osler seam we saw last weekend. That worked super well, especially how it went for almost 100 yards or almost 80 yards, and they haven't put it out all game. And that tight end seam for the Rocks is what really fueled the offense last week. And if they can hit them right now just one time, just for a gain of 11 to wrap this thing up, then Westfield's going to come out here with a W, and Zionsville's going to come out of here with an L.
4th and 11. This is. I don't know what to do here. Like, I don't know what I would do here.
I don't know either.
I don't know
mean,
if I would kick or go for it or try and go for it and lose yards or hope you can stop him on defense, like catch him in a mistake. Or
I mean, you're on the 34-yard line. This is basically in the very middle of punting it and kicking it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have a very strong leg in Brody Bayham to kick this away, and Brody Bayham does jog onto the field, and it looks like they will punt this ball away on 4th and 11 to try to pin him back deep.
That's very interesting call there.
Zionsville has no more timeouts, so they're going to have to go down the field in about a minute 55 timeoutless.
Sorry about that. I'm talking over you. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. If I were Brody Bayham, I would punt to his right if I could. That looks like what he will do, and hopefully that could stay in, but it will not. So
Unfortunate there.
Zionsville has a minute 54 to storm down the field and try and score a touchdown and maybe a 2-point conversion. Well, 23-16. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen because we've seen a mixture of emotions, a mixture of performance from this Zionsville offense. I mean, we've seen them march down the field easily, and then we've seen them go 3 and out a couple times in a row. So I really don't know what the Zionsville coach is going to draw up here. I really don't know what Christian Aveney is going to do here. I'm assuming it's all going to be a pass pro offense right now, and which has worked really well considering Eugene Hilton has probably near 100 yards at this point. So I'm excited to see what they draw up here as it's 1st and 10. Can Christian Aveney bring the Eagles back into this and tie this, or maybe take the lead with the 2-point conversion?
There have been no interceptions so far, so maybe we see an interception here.
Pressure on Christian Aveney. He's rolling out to his right. William Goodvine with secondary pressure here as he fires an incomplete there. Pass broken up by the senior Braden Wagner there, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 on their own 20. Great play there, and a very important play there by Braden Wagner to break that pass up.
Probably the drippiest player on the field besides Gabe Arambolas, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I mean, he's a stud. As
Jake
they
Good's trying to get
have
the high
a
crowd
second
hype
and
on the
10
bottom
now.
of your screen. This is a huge series. 1:47 left on the clock, and Abney's going to try and lead him downfield.
Christian Abney, 3 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. Here's the snap, getting immediate pressure. He's going to fire one wide open in the middle of the field on the hitch route, and this will move the chains for the Eagles as they got to go hurry up here. Catch made by 87 Mason Riggins, who had a reception for only 3 yards last week. Here's the snap again. Immediate pressure again, fires and a little bit overthrown there by Abney, which we've seen a couple times tonight. This will bring up yet another 2nd and 10.
You know, incompletions early in the drive don't really concern me. I would like to get some yards there if I were Christian Abney or any of the Zionsville staff, but probably not the worst thing in the world.
Right. 2nd and 10 on their own 33 here. Christian Abney lines his offense up. 4 wide out, set, 2 to the right, 2 to his left here. A huge drive and a huge play. You have seen him shaking. Here's the snap. Scanning the field, looks left, looks to load it to his right, and finds Mason Riggins for about an 8 or 9 yard completion.
They called him out.
Oh, they called him out.
So it'll be 3rd and 10.
Wow, Mason Riggins couldn't keep the feet in there. Mason Riggins has been getting targeted a few times. Last week he only got targeted twice.
He's the motion man.
And he only got 1 reception last week for 3 yards, as I mentioned a few times. But he's been getting a good amount of targets so far late in the game. As it's 3rd down, this is the loudest Riverview Health Stadium has been all year. They're shaking. I can feel it under my feet here up in the press box. 3rd and 10. Here is the snap. Scanning the field. Immediate pressure from the Rocks. They're going to bring pressure, and it is caught, but they're going to call him.
Are they going to say he caught that?
They're going to say he caught that. Ryan Skura with an amazing toe tap catch. And that's going to move the chains yet again for the Eagles. And that'll put the ball on their own 46-yard line with only 1:15 to go. What a catch by Ryan Skura.
Great catch. You know, you have to advance the drive somehow, and this is how they're doing it. 1:15 left on the clock.
Snap here from Abney. Looking to his right. Fires. Interception! It's going to go the other way. Sam Tony with his 2nd straight interception.
What just got on the field in the 4th quarter? Sam Tony with his 2nd interception late in the 4th quarter. This might be the game-sealing one, and I believe it will be.
And if you look, the Zionsville student section is leaving. If you can barely see on the top of your screen there, as the Westfield student sections are waving and throwing up their X's.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, it's going to be on Westfield. This might not going to come back, but it will tack the yardage, will tack on or tack off the return by Sam Tony. But that's the 2nd interception Sam Tony has gotten. He got a interception last game against Lawrence Central, which was a huge interception, and now he just got a huge interception again against Zionsville. This man is the definition of clutch.
Westfield has not lost to Zionsville in 9 years. The last time they lost to Zionsville was September 14th, 2012. 35-18 was the score. And they have not lost at home since August 20th of 2021, which has been 378 days. Of course, that loss was to Cathedral 14-0. The Rocks are 62-40 at home. And with this win, they will become 69-69 in conference play.
So they've evened it out, and with a away game at Noblesville next week, they can get that over 500 now. As Cole Ballard is just going to knee this clock out. And what an amazing statement game by Westfield here, as Jake Gilbert had to have made a statement at halftime, and Westfield definitely followed that up with a great 2nd half performance. And Sam Tony wraps this thing up here at Riverview Health Stadium. Zionsville student section is almost empty. So is Westfield's, but for good reason, as they're about to storm the field. Cole Ballard kneels the ball for one last time.
And that will be it.
And your Westfield Shamrocks will improve to 2-1, 1-0 in conference play as they beat the Zionsville Eagles 23-16. A huge win for the Rocks. A huge interception by Samuel Toney. The clock officially hits triple zeros, and that's your game.
From Riverview Health Stadium, your Rocks defeat the Zionsville Eagles 23-16. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.